Okay, students, so we're here back live action. I got my Notability working. So now we're just going to go through a series of logic problems, some true and false. So first one is point A lies on line CB. Alright, so CB, this line, remember, since it's a line, it goes forever. So point A is on that. So it works. Alright, so it's true. I'm going to put a T here. If you're wondering what T stands for, it stands for true. Next one, E, B, and F are coplanar. Well, this one appears false because there's no plane drawn, but remember, any 3 points are coplanar. Alright, we talked about it up there. Alright, through any 3 points there exists exactly one plane, so whoop, watch that, I drew it. True. Similarly, points G and F are collinear. Alright, so I'm trying to trick you in these. There's no line drawn, but remember, I can draw a line through any 2 points. That one's true as well. Wow, I'm feeling so smart right now. CB and CD are opposite rays. So we start at C, go infinitely through B. Cool. We start at C, go infinitely through D. So they're not opposite rays. There's different rays. Opposite rays, they have to be collinear. They are not. So this one would be false. Opposite rays are collinear. Same starting point, collinear. Doesn't meet the qualification. Let me erase all this junk. Getting a little messy. Alright, BC and BA are the same ray. So ray starts at B, goes infinitely through C, and BA starts at B, goes infinitely through A. Well, you can see they have a different name, but they in fact are the same name. Same starting point, same direction, everything works out just fine. Last question is BA is the same segment as AB, and that's true. Alright, they both have, it doesn't matter the order when we talk about line segments, because it's the beginning, the end, whatever you start at, it's going to have the same length. Alright, so now we're going to go to segments and distance formula. So we're going to change gear in the second section of this unit. So we're going to start off with some segment addition postulates. Suppose A is between S and M. So I'm going to stop here. This is really important. It's a good skill to have, is to draw a picture. Alright, and when I draw this picture, it doesn't have to be incredibly accurate. Alright, I don't know how close A is to S or how close it is to M. I just know it's somewhere between. It doesn't say it's a midpoint or anything like that, so I'm just going to put it right there. This is just for visual representation, and it's going to help me keep my work organized. Alright, then I like to write 2A plus 4 by SA. Then I like to write 3A plus 3 by AM. Alright, because that's just all this junk right here. And then SM, the whole freaking thing, is 8A minus 2. Alright, so we have the segment addition postulate. It's basically saying this left part plus this right part equals the whole thing. Alright, so we get 2A plus 4 plus 3A plus 3 equals 8A minus 2. And once we get up here, I think that's the hard part, setting up the equation, because then we just have to combine like terms. 2A plus 3A, 5A, 4 plus 3 is 7. And notice how I really try to limit how many steps I'm doing per line. Right? I'm trying to be pretty precise, be very thorough, write out everything that I'm doing. Because you students like to combine steps, and then next thing you know, you have a silly mistake, you don't know where you went wrong. So continuing right along, then I had to move the negative 2 over. How do you undo minus 2? You add 2. How do you undo a 5A? You subtract 5A. So I have 9 equals 3A. How do you undo multiplication? You divide. So 3 equals A. Alright, so it's really important to read the question. Kind of sounds silly. It says find the value of A, then find all the lengths of all three segments. All right. So then I got to plug in A for everything. So SA equals 2 times 3 plus 4. So order of operations, PEMDAS, I'm going to do 2 times 3 is 6 plus 4 equals 10. Same thing with AM. So remember, this might be a good time where you pause the video, you try it on your own, and you see if you can do it right. So I got 10, 12, and then the whole thing, I'm going to squeeze it down here, SN. It's a nice thing about Notability. Compared to paper, you can't zoom in on paper like you can on Notability. Notability is not so bad all the time, just some of the time. So this is really nice. By plugging in our answer, we saw we 10 plus 12 equals 22. Checks out. The two smaller segments added up to equal the bigger one. Hooray. Hooray, math. All right. Same thing down here. Draw a picture. Doesn't matter how simple the problem looks, draw a picture so you don't get tricked. All right. So let P be between A and E. Let's put P over here for fun. All right, AE, so now it's telling me the whole thing at first. It's saying this whole thing is 6x minus 1. So that's good. AP is 2x minus 4. And then PE is 3x plus 11. All right. We have 2x minus 4 plus 3x plus 11 equals 6x minus 1. So all I did was I said this left part plus this right part equals the whole thing. And that's how I got that. And then I just got to combine like terms on this left-hand side. 2x plus 3x, 5x, negative 4 plus 11 is plus 7. And remember, we have tools to help us do these calculations called calculators. If you're not comfortable with doing these calculations, or you're just a little slow, or you're just not confident, just use, actually, hold on, time out. I don't want to subtract 7. Just use a calculator, all right? I'm going to add 1 to both sides. How did you undo that minus 1? You add 1, so I get 5x plus 8 equals 6x. Subtract 5x from both sides, and then amazingly, x was 8 all along. We had no clue. Read the question, find the value of x. We did, so smiley face. Yay. All right, cruising right along. This will be the last problem we do for this video. What is the length of RS with endpoints R negative 2, 1, and S 4, 3? So what we're going to do is we're going to practice the distance formula in this problem, and then below we're going to practice Pythagorean theorem shortcut. And if you guys want even more practice, remember we got the iBook, we got guided notes, practice problems. Everything keeps the highest score, so you don't have to worry about losing a really good score. So I wrote out the distance formula. That's might be the hardest part of the distance formula problem, is just remembering it. Or you might say plugging everything in correctly is, because this can be very tedious. Because notice how x sub 2 is negative 2. X sub 1 is 4, so I have negative 2 minus 4. And when I pick x sub 2, x sub y sub 2, x sub 1, y sub 1, order doesn't matter, just consistency. Once I pick x sub 2, the other ordered pair has to be y sub 2. Alright, so then just a matter of doing calculations. We have PEMDAS. Alright, so parentheses, I'm doing everything in the parentheses right now. So negative 2 minus 4, negative 6, plus 1 minus 3, negative 2. Alright, Some common mistakes is people forget to write this giant square root. People forget this plus. Don't forget those, all right? Next, we got exponents. So negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. All right? Then there's no multiplication, there's no division, there's addition. So I get 36 plus 4 is 40. So we'll just read it. If it says exact, the answers it'll be clear in Canvas if we want exact answers or rounded answers. We'll just plug this into a calculator, but we get the square root of 40, approximately 3.6. All right. So that's that. All right. One more page for this review. Stay tuned.